Love and greetings to you. I'm Paul Friedman, founder of the Marriage Foundation. The topic that we have comes to us as a question. Can I tell my husband he is too sexual? Hi, I'm Paul Friedman. Can I tell my husband he is too sexual? The simple answer is no, you can, but if you do, you're going to push him away. You know, there's this great problem that we have in the modern world. Let me put it that way. And I am not a moralist. In other words, I don't tell people what they should do, what they shouldn't do because it says this in the Bible or it says that. Although I love all scripture and I pay attention to God, but I attune with His Word. But there are things that have a definite effect. You might call it the physics of the universe. You know, the physics means that if you hold a pencil here and you lighten up your grip on it, it's going to fall because of gravity. And so within the context of marriage, there are many things like that we do wrong because we're not well educated. Now, I used to be a divorce mediator. I wasn't a Western psychologist, and I'm not now. And so I've even taught many of my marriage counselor friends way back, and even today we have online courses to learn how to be a marriage counselor in the Marriage Foundation way, which is quite different. It's quite effective. So I'm going to help you with this. I'll tell you right now that if you say something like that to your husband, he's going to be impacted. He's going to feel attacked. He's going to feel like you're putting him down. And effectively, you might say that is what you're doing. Now, I'm not telling you it's your fault that you're feeling that he's too sexual, but I am going to give you a perspective of marriage that's a little bit different, okay? Now, remember, you got married because you fell in love with your husband. And way back, you wanted intimacy all the time. Now, part of that is, you might say, instinctive drives that occur at the beginning of a relationship to solidify the relationship. But a greater part of that is that you found your soulmate and your heart opened to him. And you wanted, and you still want, but sometimes we lose sight of it, to express that love. And that's what he wants too. Now, the God's honest truth is that women are much more in touch with their hearts than men are. Men are very simple creatures, where women are very complex. And the reason for that is because of biology. Women are designed to carry another human being. And so, by nature's decree, their hearts open up so they could instantly feel unconditional love for the child that may not even be there yet. But the dynamics are there, where the man's role, by the dynamic of his gender, is to be a protector. And so you have the advantage of feeling that love without having to have that sexual connection. But he doesn't have that ability. So I'm going to put it in sort of a balancing way. There are things that men do for their wives that go against their grain, but because they want to please their wife, they do it anyway. And the more they infuse those actions with love, the happier they are. And that's what I tell men. What I tell women is, the one thing that your husband craves from you is that open heart. Not sex, but that open heart. And so what happens is, because we're not taught, it translates into, in this perverse world, sex. But sex is supposed to be a vehicle for expressing intimacy. It's not supposed to be an end game. But you know, we watch TV and it's so sexual. We go to movies, so sexual. We scroll on Facebook, so sexual. TikTok, so sexual. It's all sexual. It's not connected to love. But in your sacred space of marriage, if you focus on cultivating that love, if you're think about it this way, if you're feeling so much love for your husband right now that you can't take it, you're going to want to be in his arms and you're going to want him to be with you sexually. That's the place you want to go. Now, ironically, when you get to that place, and it's real all the time, it doesn't mean you're going to stop having sex with him, but it won't be a necessary part of your lives. But it'll be a beautiful frosting on the cake for both of you. And that's where you want to get to. So rather than seeing your husband as too sexual, start cultivating your love for your husband. Don't force yourself to have sex with him. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about learning how, well, it's a process. And you know what would help you? Go back to our website. Down below is the link, and take the free 10-day course. It'll start opening your eyes to things that you can have literally the most beautiful, most exciting, most love-filled marriage that's ever been. The power is with you. And that's what we're here for, to help you do that. So rather than my lecturing you, start learning about marriage. Take that course, and then maybe you'll want to read one of my books. Maybe you'll even want to take the course for women. It's up to you. I don't push it. But I do want you to have that fulfilling, loving, joy-filled marriage. So that's it for today. I hope you come again, subscribe, so you will. Maybe like the video, maybe share the video. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. I'm so glad that you've come to visit. And I hope this was helpful. I really do. God bless you. Take care.